Hello! And I'm coughing already. Jeez. Welcome to Mild Fuzz TV Live / late night live movie watching streams, which they've kind of merged into one. They're kind of the same thing now, to be honest. But yes, welcome, welcome to all you late stay-uppers, night people. You're night people. Hey, Renegade. I am still sick, although I do feel better than I did last time I streamed. I have more of a cough now. My nose isn't as bad. I still have a little bit of the sniffles, but mainly it's a cough I have, which admittedly, for listening to me over a mic, is maybe more of an issue, but I don't feel as bad. So that's good. I also had a full Red Bull. I had plans to record stuff, they fell through, and as a result, I am free to do a bit of streaming and maybe some fun movie watching, if not good. Hey, Devious. You'll be delighted to know, Devious, the next Tool to Die Young is coming tomorrow. It was recorded a few days ago, but tomorrow is when it's landing. It's been a while since you've been on stream, actually, now that I think about it. D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D. So yeah, so you saw Once Upon a Time again today, being fun. Oh my, another viewing of the 3 hour movie. I liked it a lot though. I can't really complain. I am a little sick of seeing movies that are 3 hours long in the theater though. In fact, there's been a lot of them this summer. And it's not really summer anymore, but It Chapter 2 really soured me. Really soured me. You know who finally joined the Patreon? Oh, did you? What, right now? Or under a name recently that I did not recognise because I don't know your real name? Oh no, right now. By the looks of it. Look at you go. An interesting amount as well. Not many people donate that amount. I appreciate the quirkiness. Sorry to hear that, Renegade, but therapy's good. Yeah, thank you, Devious. It is much appreciated. Get some bonus content for your troubles. Some Ace and Screams episodes that are exciting. Well, potentially exciting. I'm not sure. I like to think they're exciting for the most part. Hey, every dollar counts, Devious. Every dollar counts. Did I get the questions you sent last night? I did. I did. To the email. I don't get notifications for those. It just so happens that I did check sometime today and noticed them. But, oh, pardon me. Yes, once again, apologies for any noises that might happen because I'm sick. Although, again, I do feel better. I'm in a much better spirits than I was the other night. Much better spirits. So we'll do Manhattan Baby for sure. Because I said we were going to do that last time. And if we do a second one, and no promises that we will, it's been a while since we've done 2 in a row, but if we do a second one, I've got a few options to pick from. Did a little bit of browsing during the waiting screen. So, how have you been, Devious, since it's been a while? Get comfortable. Sit back. Can I have a drink of water? You have some new games, Renegade? Go on then. I actually waited all the time for you guys to catch up with Tale to Die Young, so I haven't even seen all of it yet. Was the last episode good? The IMDb rating for that one is pretty bad. Well, the last one we did was episode 9. That's the one that's going up tomorrow. We liked it. Can't speak to episode 10 yet. We'll see that soon. I'm impressed you were able to wait all that time, because we took a while getting to those last few episodes. And 10 should comfortably be next week, because it's only half an hour. Not much death entirely. You're here actually on time this week, or this night. And also welcome. I got a dancing game, a Sonic game, and House of the Dead 2 and 3. I can't speak to the dancing game, and probably not the Sonic game, but I did play House of the Dead 2 and 3 on Wii. That was one of the few things I did with my Wii, is I played some light gun games. And they were okay. Yeah, no worries, DVs. Oh, the cats are all going to bed. Ah, dear. Yeah. So, Too Old to Die Young episode 9's going up tomorrow, and I don't know what else. Hey, Bert. Greetings from the Big T, meaning Tokyo. I'm glad you told me what that was, because I would not have guessed Tokyo, I don't think. Big T, I might have guessed Texas. But I've never heard that used. Oh, pardon me. So I don't know what else is going up tomorrow. There's nothing actually ready to go up tomorrow. There was supposed to be a Firefly, but Connor went radio silent tonight, meaning that he fell asleep. Yeah, well, I think the reason for that, Devious, is that Too Old to Die Young spends so much time on each scene. Like, each scene is so long that it's actually, that it really digs into your brain. Like, nothing is just quick and, like, you know, out there, you know, in and out. Everything is, like, really soaking in the moment every single time. I think that's why it's really easy to remember, even with big breaks. And I'm sure it'll fade eventually, but I think it lingers longer in your mind just because each scene gets so much time. Also, my ear's itchy. What's going on? Each sentence is so long. So many pauses in between. So many pauses. And so many spits. So many spits. Where's my phone device? Actually, patrons who are in, I don't know if it's just the UK or the EU, but they're doing a thing right now where they're switching all the like when you make purchases online with your bank cards, they basically want two-step authentication on it. Authentication, if I'm trying to say. So if you haven't already, you might receive a letter from your bank saying you have to update your phone number with them or something like that. I had to do it today. And I'm saying that because Patreon sent me an email saying, hey, warning, your EU customers might have to do this soon. Be the tiger. Even though I've been sick, I've not made any noises like him. And his daughter's name, the actor's name, is actually Tiger. Yeah, it's like Nell Tiger Free, I believe. Something like that. Do 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 do. Well, yeah. We'll give it a bit more time, see who else filters in as the hour goes on, and then we'll do Z movie. You haven't done the amounts of coke he has. That is true. That is true. I have done significantly less. Significant. I have to go clean my ear. It's really annoying me. We are no. Oh, I just got the email for the new patron. It's legitimately my favourite email to get is an email from Patreon saying there's a new patron. I mean, Filcher has some fantastic films. He's also got a lot of not fantastic films. I feel like Manhattan Baby is going to fall into the latter, so I wouldn't let it sway you from the good ones. But there's definitely some fantastic Filcher that's worth seeing. Do, 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 do. I would recommend seeking out Zombie 2 and New York Ripper. I really like those two. Caught up in memories of murder recently. What a film. So hyped for Parasite, though I don't want to see the trailer for that, which came out today when I went to Once Upon I shielded my eyes. I don't do that often. I remember doing it when I was catching up in Breaking Bad, and a trailer for Breaking Bad season 4 on like home video came on. And I was only during season 3, but obviously a trailer for season 4 is going to have lots of season 4 clips, so I had to like shield myself at the time. That was a whole thing. But I don't know. I get it. Oh, did you see the game Night Ripper? It's inspired from New York Ripper. I did not. Or Night Ripper. Manhattan Baby and all the options for after are all on Prime again. That's my although this one's apparently also on YouTube. For those of you who are not on Prime, or specifically US Prime, which is what we're using. It could be on other primes as well. I haven't checked though. Do you like Bava or Filchi more? I've not seen much of either of them. This is tough. I think Bava is probably more consistent, but Filchi's high points for me are really high. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen a lot of great little bits of variety from Bava, and I want to see more of Bava's stuff. I want to see more of both, but I feel like with Bava, I keep finding like different things with him. Whereas Filchi, you know, he's got some variety, but there's definitely a Filchi feeling. He likes to be weird. Because what have I seen from Bava? I've seen Bay of Blood, Mask of Satan, Girl Who Knew Too Much. I've seen at least another couple. Are you planning a Parasite review? Could maybe be a catch up, right? Could be. It's not actually out here until next year, I don't think. I don't know when the release will be. I mean, it's probably going to be a home video thing, because I don't think the UK theater releases until like February or March. So it'll probably be available on home video before we even get there. I want to see it though. The catch-ups episodes are really great, by the way. Short and to the point. Not many on YouTube can do that this well. Not even critics oftentimes. Thank you. I mean, obviously, I'm a fan of doing deep dives and like sitting talking about a movie for an hour or whatever, but I do like doing those catch-up videos. It's a nice way to like watch some movies and get to talk about them a little bit, but not feel the pressure to really, like, not that I don't pay attention to movies, but I'm not watching them for review, because I do. Especially, there was a time when I didn't do reviews, but there's definitely types of movies that I put on to sort of half pay attention to, and movies that I put on to like just for filler or whatever, right? Versus a movie that I sit down and watch properly because it's like a Kurosawa film or something. So it's nice to like be able to watch some movies, just talk about them a bit casually. Obviously, that's not the case with all of them. Obviously, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was a full on sit down and watch. I mean, it was a theater movie, but yeah. But I like doing those. It means I get to watch some movies that aren't horror or sci-fi as well. Which, even though they are my favorite genres, I tend to watch mostly those because of the podcast we do. And I will say, actually, just on those podcasts, I think the Terminator 3 review that just went up today, publicly, I think is the best episode we've done of the Ace so far. I think, not just because I added a lot of editing to that one and did a lot of imagey stuff, but I just think the conversation is really good. I think we're both passionate. I think we very really tangented in that. It's over 2 hours long, and I think almost all of it's on topic. Bava has some pretty epic movie titles: Dr. Goldfoot and The Girl Bombs. I have not heard of that one, I have to admit. I had a couple of Bava box sets back in the DVD days. I never get around to watching all of them, though, I have to admit. But there was like 6 in the first box set and like 7 in the second. And I watched a bunch of them, but not all of them. I do miss buying box sets like that and just working through them. You get Parasite October 17th. With a bit of luck, maybe it'll be available by the end of the year. Via a little vinegar protocol nugget. I'm not going to just say the acronym. I don't want no auto detection picking up words that I shouldn't be saying. Like Tim with his multiple notebooks completely full of notes on the boy when he watches. I'm assuming that's in reference to when I said I was not every movie's a review movie. Yes, I'm sure Tim does have notes and notes and notes. I have no doubt of it. I can't believe I need to see a Boy 2 movie in theaters. I'm upset by this. So many horror movies this year have had different release dates. But The Boy 2... Oh no, that we get day and date. Get Black Christmas at the same time though, which is cool. Should be an interesting one to talk about, if nothing else. In fact, that reminds me, I have to update my Octoberthon schedule, because we recorded a couple more on Sunday and I've not done that yet. I don't think you guys are prepared for Octoberthon this year. This is the most insane schedule I've ever had for it. Oh yeah, looking forward to the Lighthouse. No doubt. Right, so that movie can get crossed off, and so can this one. Which puts us at 13 recorded. Oh my. Happy days. Good. Also, patrons at the $5 tier are not member and go and vote on everything. The multiple October votes are up, which reminds me, actually, I was supposed to put the public vote in the description with it too, and I didn't do it. I will have to post on YouTube later. with a link. I have reminded myself of that. Do 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 do. Okay. Ah dear, this bloody cough. It's more annoying than anything else. Try to watch Channel Zero Dream Door, but it's the only season not on Shudder. Is that the last season? That sounds different from the other ones that I did see. Because I saw 3 of them. Yes, yeah, that's the only one I've not seen then. Season 3 left such a bad taste in my mouth that we never did season 4. That wasn't the only reason, it was also how they released it, because it was very different from the previous ones. Hey Sheldon. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Oh, and hi Cindy. Also welcome to the stream. Yeah, Tim's quite fond of that last season. I should probably watch it at some point. Maybe that could make it into one of my catch-ups, even though it's not a movie. I'm glad people are enjoying those, though. It's a nice little extra thing that I can do once in a while, once I've watched enough movies. Tonight will be the second and possibly third movies that would be on it. I've not watched anything kind of on my own. Because I've had lots of recordings to do. Had 3 Screams episodes to do on Sunday. Got an Ace to do tomorrow night. Me and Carl already did the influx for this week, so that's done. I love when Pete says Cindy's last name, it makes me giggle. What, why? Palacios? What's wrong with that? I try your last name, Sheldon, but it's not there. Oh, dear. Dear, 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 dear. He's not quite saying it right, Sheldon, but I don't want to correct him. You correct me. What was it? Palacios? 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 I'm running out of ways. I'm running out of new ways to say it. Palacios. Palacios? That sounds like a thing. Palacios. Is that it? Honestly, I've went through about 10 now. I'm not. I won't even know which one you're saying is right at this point. What I really needed to do was say one, wait for a response, and then say the next one. Okay, they were all wrong then. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Gzee. I don't know what Devious is telling me here. Just random text. But welcome. definitely counts. I can do your last name, Tyler. It's pretty easy. It's a giggle. That's what that random batch of letters was supposed to be, a giggle? Oh, I'm vibrating. Oh, it's this Tim. What's Tim tweeting at me? Tim, you absolute madman. This requires a GIF response. Hold on. I'm looking for a specific one from The Office. There we are. There we are. I got it. Oh, yeah, William. Welcome. Tim responded to my retweet of the Ace episode for Terminator 3 and said, finally, a good movie. To which I have responded with an Office gif where Michael says, I hate so much about the things that you choose to be. It was the only response. I will keep you updated should he come back with any inane Timbo responses. He also tweeted randomly earlier today an image of Hellraiser Inferno, which is like, what, the 5th or 6th Hellraiser movie? And just with a caption saying, do I smell Oscars or something like that? Which is a baffling tweet in multiple ways. Not only is this movie like 20 years old, not only is it Palais say so? That's not what I say. That's all extra. Palacio. Palacious. Palacious. This is the end. This is definitely the end, damn it. Anyway, when I asked him what prompted that tweet, he said it's award season, baby. Which is definitely not. It is pretty far away from award season, in fact. So, I mean, it's not that far away, but it's far away enough. He's a madman. He's an absolute madman. Absolute madman. Oh, my TV's turning off. You might legitimately want to retroactively give Hellraiser Inferno an Oscar. This is the man that gave Hellboy 5 stars. That is true. The S is silent? What? Cindy, is the S silent? Tell me. Don't let me be a fool. I hope Unbelievable, which comes out tomorrow, is pretty good. At some point, one of these very new series you're going to give a chance has to be good. Maybe that one. Tomorrow. Well, I guess it's past midnight, but I would say that's still. I would still consider this Wednesday, and that's out on Friday, I believe. Tomorrow does have The Island though on Netflix, so we're trying that. The S is not silent. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Keep this up. I'm just going to start calling you Cindy Play Play. Watch any Glow lately, Pete? That is an excellent question. I have watched episode 6. My illness has delayed when that was going to go up. That would have been up probably on Monday. But I've been ill, and that has affected my work and output over the last few days. The island looks horrible, yes. It didn't sound very good, but I'm determined to try it. If only for the clicks. Hand coming out tomorrow? What's Hand? Oh dear. I will endeavour to get the next glow up sometime in the next few days, William. And then once Glow's done, which has 4 episodes, no, 5 technically. I've got 4 left to watch, but there's 5 left for reviews to go up of. Once that's done, I'm going to actually finally start looking at Babylon 5 again. I know. Shock and horror. Although Cindy, I have to say you've not spelled that title correctly. If you go and check, you'll note that it's actually I dash land. They can't just call it the island. It has to be the I land. Anyone in the chat been watching Fleabag? I just started watching it recently, and wow, it's refreshing and hilarious. Season 2, 3 episodes in. Seems even better than season 1. I have seen no Fleabag. I can say that for sure. Yeah, I have been legitimately trying to pay more attention to all the Netflix shows coming out because a lot of them do slip past like really quietly, especially the foreign ones. So I've been checking ahead like every week to see what's coming out on the Thursdays and Fridays. And I have been tricked before with the Thursday thing. I bet there's no talk of semen in Manhattan Baby. I actually slipped a reference to the Incubus into uh I'm not sure what Cindy's sad face is about. I don't know if it's about there not been not a lot of semen talk in this movie that we're going to watch, or if it's related to what I said before. But I'm confused or curious. You wear glasses and you read. You reland island as hand. I never said hand. I didn't mean to anyway. I didn't say hand. I said I land. Netflix is on my bad list right now. Oh, what did they cancel? What upset you? Right, so the I land is tomorrow. And then Friday we got Unbelievable, which is reviewing fairly well actually, so maybe that will be decent. I have a feeling Connor's not going to care about it one way or the other, but I'm going to give it a fair shot. But we also have Marianne, which is a French witch show. Did you see When the Sea Is? Haven't yet, but it seems to be one of the essential things to watch in 2019 so far. Nah, I've not. I've not. That's one thing I wanted to squeeze in, but for whatever reason, we were busy that Friday, and because it wasn't something that seemed as more our thing than some of the other stuff, It's a shame. It's part of why I've been more vigilant with the new Netflix shows. I've been trying to catch first episodes, and while I've not kept any of them recently, I tried that Green Frontier. Um, I'll keep trying stuff. Next week on Netflix we have Criminal, which is the weird sort of anthology show, which is made in multiple countries and it's all in interrogation rooms. Could be interesting, especially if the order of the episodes is like, you know, whatever. Like, I don't know if it's going to be everyone's going to get it in the same order. They might put the UK ones first for us just because they're the ones in English. I don't know. Or maybe they'll mix it up. Maybe they'll like go cycle through them. Perhaps. I don't know. But that's next week, and then the week after. Nothing on Thursday. Friday has Bard of Blood, foreign show. I'm going to have to look into what that is. I don't think that was there last time. But The Politicians that week, which is obviously one of their big releases for the month. Criminal, yeah, Criminal's in 4 different languages. There's 12 episodes, and 3 were the UK, 3 were France, 3 were Spain, and 3 were somewhere else. Which is intriguing to me. Right at the end of the month, or the start of October rather, we have Raising Dion on Netflix. And it's about here where it kind of starts to whittle out a little bit, because Netflix don't announce their stuff too far in advance. So we don't have a lot for October so far. Which is why I check every week or two. Well, I think we'll still get the whole thing DVs. I don't think they'll split off the rest of the content. But I'm just theorizing whether or not they'll change the order. Have you stopped caring about Batcat with how much the story is drug on? I really don't care about them anymore. I still do to an extent. It's definitely lost a lot of steam though. There's no denying that. There is no denying that. And of course we have Watchmen on October 20th on HBO. Okay. Netflix actually released the premiere dates for the rest of the year. They did? Oh, I'm intrigued by this. Keyboard, come. Connor is doing Watchmen. He is not, in fact. Connor is on vacation the week it starts. He will miss the first 2 episodes, and because of that, he's throwing his hands in his air and saying, nope, I'm not going to have time to catch up. So it'll be me and Tara doing Watchmen. Oh, really? Oh, wait, I'll check this out. Check this out. Go away. Wonder if this list will have it. They've got September stuff, but Tara's slowly taking over. Hey, it's Connor's fault. He made the choice. I'm looking for this information. November 17th is the crown. December's the two popes. Oh, what? Not what? This is a weird order. Yeah, this article doesn't have it. I don't demand it. The less stuff I do with Smelly Connor, the better. Oh my god. Why? Why can't I find this? This is upsetting me. Also, why can't I go back to Google? I hate these websites that sort of block you from just going back. Jesus Christ. I hear. Wait, for the 20th of August? I assumed it was newer than that. Oh, that's just Witcher. Oh, I'm vibrating. Cindy, find me a link. I want to browse this. at what at Witchman. Okay, okay. I'm going to this fellow's Twitter. Twitter. All right, okay, I see, I see. So it's not everything they've got, but it's uh a handful of shows. Because Netflix released this much every month. But yeah, so 97 days from today. But yeah, December 17th, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Not much I can add to the schedule there, but good, all the same. All the same. Good. My recording schedule hasn't got up to December yet. I'll tell you what, I'm going to live update it. We'll start the movie soon. Especially since more people have shown up, actually. Most of the regulars who watch movies with me are here. I think just Bob and Rude Boy are missing. And we can't wait all night, can we? If Car, I'm pretty sure Car will make Witcher. Right, what have I got? I don't even have November in my schedule yet. Take me to do a bit of work. Insert 9 rows below. Right. November. What is the first Monday in November? Is the 4th. And I realize this is the most boring thing to watch. I will try and keep my dialogue going. Movie's only an hour 28. Yeah, if I'm feeling up for it afterwards, we'll do a second one. 25, 11. Right, what we don't need is these blocks to be blacked out because this is not Connor. I'm still sorting Connor because he's not watching Crisis. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with DC shows because I still want to watch them for the most part. Although that said, I've not watched Titans yet. Even though I'm not against watching it, but I mean, maybe I'll try and squeeze it in before the comics podcast. I don't know. Yeah, it's on Prime Cindy. Da 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 da. Mr. Robot. We still have Mr. Robot. Yeah, we will still have Mr. Robot for sure. No way it's done by then. Deuce will be over then, so I can take that off November. Put Star Trek in there. Titans was bad? Ah, that sucks. No worries, Renegade. Right, don't need the Breaking Mad movie twice, that's for sure. Okay. And then come on. Insert 9 rows below. I know that this is the most boring thing ever. I'm so sorry. But I'm determined to add Witcher to the schedule, and I need to put in November and December to do it. First week in December is the 2nd. Okay. 2nd of December. 9th of December. 16th of December. 23rd of December, so it's a 5th week in December. In terms of starting on a Monday. Oh, insert 2 rows below. Cool. Titans is still considerably better than Flash. That is terrifying. That is terrifying. I mean, if I'm going to watch most or not all, if not all, the CW stuff, then I really should do something with that in terms of content. I just don't know what. Like, it could just be a 10-minute segment at the start of Comics from the Multiverse every week. I could tell Connor what he's missing. Which would be good because it means I wouldn't have to necessarily pay as much attention as I used to. I could watch them a bit more casually. Because it's like, 5 hours of shows every week. And doing like 5 solo reviews every week for all the shows would be a draining experience and add a lot to my schedule, like a lot. Alright, when's Mr. Robot gonna end? There's 13 episodes, so assuming there's no doubles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, so that'll be the finale at the end of December. Where's my finale color? There it is. And I realize this might be more interesting if you could see this, but I don't want you to see our schedule, our top secret schedule. But I also, just by last season, consider Flash worse than Arrow. I mean, last season probably was, which is depressing. Arrow actually had one good episode last season. Had one very good episode. The rest of it mostly sucked, but had one good episode. It's always worth something. Wait, December 17th? Really? We're aware that's a Tuesday. Which is typically not Netflix's MO. I mean, I'll put it in, but it's interesting, to say the least. Did you watch Mr. Robot? Mr. Robot for us goes up on Prime within like an hour of it airing in the US. It's up at like 4 a.m. So it's even better than the Netflix do, because Netflix puts shows up at like 8 a.m. like so about 6 or 7 hours after shows air in the US if they've got one. But Prime is even quicker than that, which suits me fine. I'm going to assume there's 8 episodes of Witcher until further otherwise noted or told, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Out in Prime here too. Okay, cool. Could be a weird release date so people don't have time to watch it over the holiday break. Yeah, it could be. The only time I can think of them releasing something that's not on a Friday, or they've started doing Thursday recently for some smaller stuff. So Thursday's not surprising anymore. They've been doing that almost every week for the last month. So Thursday's now a normal thing for some smaller stuff. But other than Stranger Things, which they've launched on like holidays, so they've been on random days, you know, because 4th of July or Halloween. Typically everything's a Friday. You should do one of those those tier list things with all the Arrowverse villains. You mean like a top 10 Arrowverse villains countdown? Maybe. Would be a terrible idea. Alright, okay, Witcher's in. Witcher's in the schedule. And now I've got slots now for the rest of the year, so I can fill them up with whatever quite happily. Shadow. I have to admit, I'm mildly tempted to review all the CW shows on my own, because I can do them quicker on my own. But it does mean having like 5 solo things to review a week, and it means that almost any other projects I want to do on the side are basically dead while they're on, and I don't know if it's worth that. I didn't realise that I have a couple of movies on a Wednesday. I'm just going to put some stuff in the kitchen. I'll be back in a second. What if you start trying that and then Batwoman turns out to be so awful you just can't force yourself to keep watching? That's a possibility. I mean, I would happily give up a couple other things at this point, but Arrow's almost done. 10 episodes and it's over. I might as well finish now. And even Flash is going to tie heavily into Crisis, so I kind of want to watch it just for that. But the thing is, though, if I want to do it more casually and just talk about them in one big thing, like television for the multiverse, then I'm basically just doing that show again, but on my own, which is a long time to be sitting talking with myself. The temptation to do solo reviews of each thing individually is that I can get them out quicker, and that typically leads to more people watching them. But again, it's like 5 shows a week. It's a lot of effort for a lot of things that I don't care that much about anymore. I love Legends. I still like Supergirl for the most part, even though it's got a lot of rough patches in it. Black Lightning is good, although it feels less necessary to keep up with because it's not connected to the crossovers. But ultimately, I am looking forward to the crossover because they proved last year that even when all the shows are being shit, that the crossover might still be really good. Which is kind of annoying because it makes you want to stick around. Because it'd be one thing if we did that for a couple of years in a row and it's like, oh, the crossover didn't even live up to what we hoped it would be. But the crossover last year was genuinely really good. Like, from what you want your silly comic book shows to be in a crossover, it hit it pretty nail on the head. If only the shows could consistently do that on their own, this would not even be a debate. Maybe do them as duos as they are. That's not going to happen, William. One of the main reasons why we stopped doing TV multiverse is because we needed the schedule to lighten up for everything else that we have to do. Mainly for Connor's time commitments. So there'll be no dual reviews for them. I can promise you that. It's that is to make sure that we have time to get through Netflix and Amazon shows and whatever else. And we like doing Influx, and we didn't get to do Influx for 3 months because we'd committed to too many new things. We'd committed to, for a while we had Elsewhere in the Multiverse, which, while a fine idea, was just too much. We committed to even 1080-bit, even though it was once a month, still kind of too much. We committed to what else did we cancel recently? We cancelled something else. But it was basically just whittling down all the things we've added onto our plate, because ultimately the bread and butter of what we do is the TV reviews. That's what gets the most buzz and views, especially the you could do a catch up to Crisis episode, then just cover the crossover. Again, that would just be me, and I mean, yeah, I mean, I wonder how many people would actually care about that though, like the catch up to crossover kind of thing, because I'd be essentially talking about 4 or 5 shows of 9 episodes each. That's true, Devious, but we're not in worry territory yet. This is still a normal amount of time. We've seen renewals happen after twice this amount of time. So I wouldn't worry yet. Oh, pardon me. Pardon me indeed. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with the DC shows. There's just so much of them. And it has meant we've had kind of a nice quiet couple of weeks just now. Um, but as soon as there's a lot of TV shows to cover, that all goes out the window. And soon we have. I mean, we're trying a lot of episode ones on Netflix just now, but we're trying other pilots later in the month. Network pilots, and one or two of those might stick. One or two of those might be what stuff we want to cover week to week. Yeah, which I guess is why they often don't renew stuff until after a month. It's not been a month yet, so. They also look at social media interaction as well, like how many times is it being mentioned, how many times has it been talked about, stuff like that. So we'll see. What network pilots are on our radar? Main one that's on our radar is Stumptown, which is based on a Greg Rucka comic, and we're a fan of that writer. And it stars Kobe Smulders and Jake Johnson. The trailer was pretty funny looking. Sort of an action comedy. Kobe Smulders is like this, there's this kind of badass cop, but also kind of goofy at the same time. So that looks like fun. Some potential in emergence. ABC try to recapture the lost kind of era. It may end up sucking, but Alison Tolman's usually, enjoyable enough. Trailer wasn't too bad. Give that a try. What else did we have written down? Let me check. Those were the main two I remember. Obviously, Batwoman we're going to try, even though we don't expect to continue it. At least not as a duo. Maybe I'll do it solo. Nancy Drew, I think we're going to try. Even though out of all of them, that's the one that looks the most instantly bad. Like, we're probably going to hate that. But probably worth talking about the pilot, seeing how it is. I'll also put myself through the new Netflix teen rom-com Tall Girl out this Friday. I don't know why, but I'll just try that out. Huh. I had not even considered that one. I had not even considered it. Yeah, that's Alison Tolman. She finds a kid who has like superpowers or something like that. He might be an alien. It's a movie, Tall Girl. Okay, cool. Which is probably why I didn't know what it was. Am I going to solo Haunted of Bly Manor, right? I think so. Although Connor might be convinced that because it's an anthology, he can just hop into the new one. But yeah, I'm not expecting that till next October though. Yeah, I remember the Talking Dog show. I never watched it, but I remember it being in the news a bunch of times. Me and Connor will be reviewing the Breaking Bad movie, El Camino. That'll be us doing that. As a companion to our Better Call Saul reviews. And for the record, the idea of doing an already cancelled on Breaking Bad has been raised multiple times, and we're in agreement that we will do it for sure, but we're going to wait until after Saul's finished, because it'll be something to cushion the blow of Saul finishing. Plus, it'll add an interesting context to it when we get to the end of Saul. I was expecting the patrons to like give us more pilots to do in September, but I guess they just have decent taste and don't want us to make us suffer through any of the other stuff that we're ignoring. Because we would have committed to a few more based on the $10 tier, but everyone's been nice and not giving us extra stuff to do. Everyone that has a YouTube is doing a review of that movie. That is probably true. Oh, Connor's dead set against Lost. He is refusing to ever do Lost. And I mean, Sheldon, would you have us ignore it? Watched the first episode of Breaking Bad and it was meh. Well, no accounting for taste, Sheldon. No accounting for taste. There's one about a sock salesman who has a heart attack and falls in love with the nurse. I think I remember reading that. I don't remember him being a sock salesman, but I think I remember falling in love with the nurse part. Was Lost a monster show or just a survival show? Neither. Lost was a lot of things. Lost was a lot of things. It was it's pulp. Just pure pulp. I am at the tail end of a cold, Subversive. I have a cough still. So I do sound rough. Just how it is. If your first review of The Mandalorian just blew up as far as views and comments, but you weren't super into the show, would it sway you to possibly continue? Oh, I'm not gonna lie. If it becomes a moneymaker, it's going to be hard to not do it. Like, if episode 1 like instantly gets tens of thousands of views and it's raking in money, it's going to be very hard not to like convince me, unless I hate it, unless it's just I'm just miserable at the thought of watching more of it. I do love Lost. I do love Lost, that's true. I wouldn't say it fell apart its last season. I mean, its last season is definitely not its best, but I think people who dislike Lost think it fell apart like long before the last season. I feel like you either love most of Lost or you hate it from season 2 onwards. That is incorrect, Sheldon. It was not Purgatory. That is. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone else. I will just say that that is incorrect. You all, everybody. You all, everybody. Lost is the ultimate in pulp. Pulp sci-fi is what I'd call Lost. Pulp sci-fi mystery. That's how I define Lost. Season 3 is my favourite season, for the record. I think the last like 5 or 6 episodes of season 3 are like the best run of episodes that show had. Which is impressive given that the 2 Desmond episodes that are fantastic are like 2 of the best episodes are not in that batch. I'm a hater from season 2 onwards person. That's fair. Season 2 is probably one of the weakest seasons as well. I think there's a lot of good stuff in 2 as well, but it definitely has the most weird kind of fat in it. Yeah. You're not the first person, Sheldon, I know that's incorrectly tried to say that it's Purgatory, though, which is weird. I don't know why people get that impression. But it's clearly defined by the end that it's definitely not that. Yeah, Desmond and Ben like had such great episodes. Locke often had great episodes. Jack eventually. Jack kind of like I wouldn't have considered having great episodes, and then he had the season 3 finale, which completely blew me away. In fact, I'll say it right now: the final scene of season 3 of Lost is like one of the best TV moments of all time. The reveal at the end of that episode was like mind blowing when I was watching that originally. I was so into it. It's amazing just how little I care about network TV now. When there was a time when that and Fringe and Chuck were all on, and I was really into all of them. Jack got better as it went along, for sure. Jack was hard to like at a certain point because some of his episodes just felt like complete filler. I think we all remember the tattoo episodes. You and Tara could do Lost one day. I don't know if she would want to do Lost. I'd have to ask. She is a fan of Fringe, which I actually think overall is better than Lost. And I can't, like, if you'd said I was going to say that back when Fringe was in its like first season, I'd have said you were absolutely mad. But I actually think it has a better ending. Jack is kind of the main guy, but it's an ensemble show. Nah, Lost is great. It's got its downs for sure. It's not like perfect all the way through by any means. Chuck's worth watching. Dexter is not. Dexter goes down the toilet really hard, very quickly. I think we can agree that season 7 premiere of Arrow did it better. Ah, you joker. I've got all of Lost on Blu-ray, actually. Fringe was the virus one. The first episode was. I mean, the show's not about that, though, beyond the first episode. Fringe is about something else that's really big. But it's a spoiler to tell you what it is. Because it doesn't reveal what it's about until the end of the first season. And Daniel Day Kim was on the spin-off to the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Dexter season 1 was pretty good. Season 2 was okay, but introduced a problem that the show had. Season 3 was pretty bad. Season 4 was better, but still had all the problems of like season 2 and 3 in terms of the side plots. And then season 5 onwards was just kind of unsalvageable. Like, the main plot in season 4 with John Lithgow was great, but everything with every other character was absolute garbage. And then season 5, like, the problem with Dexter is that every season had the exact same plot. Every single season. Someone gets close to Dexter, they learn who he is, and then by the end of the season he has to kill them. That is the plot of every season of Dexter, up until maybe the last one. Kinda like Buffy. Pfft. Don't say things like that in my presence, Renegade. How dare you? How dare you? Deb. All the side characters were awful. Everyone at the police station was annoying. Every single one of them. I think season 4, well, it had a good main plot. I'm pretty sure that was the season that had the weird romance thing going on with like the captain and the Angel or whatever his name was. I like season 1 of Dexter well enough, but goddamn, was it a one-trick pony? Which was elevated again for one season because of John Lithgow, but that was it. How many shows wait till the end of season 1 to tell you the? I assume that means the plot of the show. Not a lot, but it works really well in Fringe because Fringe season 1 was a lot of like, you know, case of the week episodes. It felt like an X-Files knockoff to a point. It had some fun stuff, but it was pretty much just, you know, an okay show. And then the ending kind of blew open the door of what it was. And then season 2 kind of still had some of that season 1 stuff going on, but it really started to become more serialized. And by the end of the season, it wasn't doing Freak of the Week episodes anymore, really. And end of season 2, season 3, phenomenal. Season 4 is still pretty good, and season 5 lingers a bit early on, but the last like run of 4 or 5 episodes, and it's a shorter season 5. It's only 13. The last like 4 or 5 episodes is like this perfect ending to the show. They just nailed it. Can never get into X-Files. You love Deb, Cindy. I didn't hate Deb like Tyler did, I don't think, but I didn't really like most of the characters on it outside of Dexter. Charm was good for the first 3 seasons, but it fell flat on its face. I don't think Charm was ever good. Charm was always the mediocre version of Buffy to me, but it wasn't terrible. It was likable enough for what it was. About Lost, the reason why I like Jack so much is his monologue in the first episode when he's stitching Kate's wound gives me goosebumps. Hey, live together, die alone, man. Which I know is not that speech, but live together, die alone. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. 22 episode seasons. What show, Sheldon? Lithgow is good at playing villains. Ricochet is a fun movie with Denzel Washington, and Lithgow is a fun villain in that one. Yeah, Lithgow is a villain in a few Brian De Palma films, and he's really good in those. Blowout's the one that comes to mind, but he's been a villain in a couple of his films. I'll never watch Fringe because I hate Joshua Jackson. What, Cindy? No. What? No, he's a Mighty Duck. Joshua Jackson's great, and his name's even Peter in that show. He's there to emulate me. Damn it. Now, Fringe is fantastic. Fringe has one of the most satisfying finales of all time. I love the ending of Fringe. Yeah, Fringe is 22 episode seasons, except season 5, which was 13. It's actually very similar to Chuck, where, although Chuck did have one weird season that was only 19 episodes, but other than that, that was like 22 episode seasons, and then one final season of 13. I'm rewatching all of Mr. Robot right now. I know almost every bit of dialogue for season 1 and 2. Seen 1 3 times, or 4, and 2 twice. I would love to squeeze in a rewatch before the last season. I've only got a month though, and I've got a lot of other stuff to do. If you're in a mass casualty, do you die alone? I think it's more referring to what happens after you die, Sheldon. The idea that you're not with anyone once you're moving on, kind of thing. But fair question. Devious, usually I'll send a little thank you message on Patreon when there's a new patron, but I'll just do it on stream. I'll thank you again. I don't want you to feel left out in case you find out other people get a little message. I wish Reddit had been around when Lost was airing. I would have loved reading some of those discussions. I wasn't Reddit, but I was definitely a lurker on a couple of message boards during Lost. And it did make it a lot more fun. Reading all the theories every week was such a blast. And it's the sort of thing where if we'd been doing our stuff, not that we could have, because Lost started before YouTube existed, but if we'd been doing our stuff during Lost, that'd have been such a great show to talk about every week. Such a great show. Pardon me. Yeah, probably just end up in one movie tonight. I mean, I might change my mind, but I'm just thinking that we're sitting chatting for longer than I expected us to. We'll start Manhattan Baby soon, but I've been enjoying this chat about TV and what's coming up review-wise. The plan, by the way, for those who are concerned about certain things, basically once we're done with Too Old to Die Young, which we have one left to record sometime next week, is to then shift to 3%, which will be audio only. And sort of focus on that as a catch-up thing. And obviously I'm catching up on Glow right now. I'm glad Evangeline Lilly's against the idea of them ever bringing Lost back. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want it to come back. At least not. It'd be weird. Was Purge slated as an anthology, or did it turn into uh this year? I don't know. I get what you're saying, asking. I don't know. There's a season 2 coming though, I think. Oh yeah, I forgot IMDb had message boards. I never really looked at them that much, but I remember it being a thing that you've mentioned it. Oh my. Oh my. And yes, I will pull in the couch for when we're watching the movie. Because of course. Because of course I will. Do 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 do. Tim liked my tweet, by the way. He's not responded with anything though. He's accepted that he's awful and just liked the tweet, which I can live with. We are not what we are. Oh dear. One thing that I want to try and do actually, with streams especially, is look at movies from the past year and see what we've missed in terms of like highly praised stuff and try and squeeze them in. Especially, if not even just this year, kind of the whole decade, because the plan is to do a top 50 of the decade on Screams and also just on Flux in general. And for Screams especially, I feel like I want to try and fill in some gaps from the decade that I may have, glossed over. And there'll be a show with theories at some point. I mean, we do it in Mr. Robot. Mr. Robot's theory heavy. Um, Westworld usually is when it's on. Twin Peaks obviously was a big one, which we like dive deep into that show. We really did. And that's the other reason why Connor's not doing Watchmen actually, is because it's the same night as Mr. Robot. But on the upside, I'll get Watchmen up late Sunday with Tara, and then I'll record Mr. Robot with Connor on the Monday after doing a double watch with note taking. Because it deserves it. Because it's Mr. Robot, damn it. That's a shame. Star Wars isn't a mystery, though. It's not really the type of theorizing we're talking about. And I'd have to care about the theory, Sheldon. Come on now. Oh, for the record, for those of you who are waiting on the results of the vote, the top 100 vote, I think we're recording the first part of the results sometime next week. Not this week, but next week. Do 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 do. Oh my voice sounding quite raspy, I think. Started reading Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'm 4 issues in. First time I've read a comic in several years. Oh, what I want to start with, because I've tried reading it before and it was a tough read. It is very dense from what I recall. And they're long issues as well, so they're old school written but also long, which makes them very difficult reads. Are you having us do top 50s with you too? Not for the decade ones, no. The next one you guys are doing is the horror top 50 for October. No plans for another voted for one after that for a while, but that's one that you can sink your teeth into. I think I may start reading comics to watch comics from the multiverse. Oh, that's cool, Sheldon. You don't have to read everything we read, of course. You can just dip your toes in and see what you like. If you want to do it, though, you can go all the way back to the first episode and see from the start. If there's anything you want to do, read from back then. Hey, Firefly. You want some screen time? Oh, sorry, Puss Puss. Do you know when you'll put the June book talks up? I honestly, Cindy, I have no idea because it's been a while since we recorded one. That might be something that's kind of a casualty of us adding too much to the schedule. I would say it's dead forever though. But certainly is no time soon. I will say that. May have announced that a bit prematurely. Cat, did you just drill in me? Damn it, Firefly. I get you a brush. You get so much loose fur. So much loose fur. Because one of my goals recently is to try and up the quality of what we already have. Which is why you're seeing still images make its way into Ace, and Screams, and Influx. Although Influx, the one that's going up publicly this Friday, the top trilogies list, doesn't have them in the same way, but it does have movie posters in it. Rather than having movie titles come up. Trying to up the quality across the board. That said, though, that's not something we'll be doing for every TV review because that would make everything a long edit time. Like everything. And it just wouldn't be feasible to get everything done. We did do it for the first episode of The Spy. Might do it for other episode ones in the future. What the hell? Is that all cat drool? Firefly, did you just like make my knee wet? Jesus. Firefly. Oh yes, what's happening here? Has been a quiet month on YouTube. I had a bit of a downbeat period between big shows. And unfortunately, The Spy last week didn't do that much. But it is what it is. Sometimes a new Netflix show will just take off, and sometimes they won't. My epic read is almost over. Fuck it. Firefly, you cannot stay over there. Ugh. Such a little menace. Such a little menace. Right. This is annoying. I feel like I've got like a hair. Somewhere sort of like at the bridge of my nose. Yeah, I'm imagining it. I don't know. I don't know. Actually, do I have any movies to log on Letterboxd? I don't think I do. I already put in Deep Star 6. Yes. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Getting my average up. Damn it. All right. Let me. Apologies. Manhattan Baby, not rated. Oh my. Just getting the movie up. Did I check out Walter V's Bay? Oh, from NXT Cardiff. I did. I did watch that match. I didn't watch the rest of the event. I just watched that match. Matt also recommended it to me. I don't know if he did that on comics or just did it in between recordings, but Matt recommended it to me. It was a very good match, and I don't really know those two guys because I've never really watched NXT UK before. But it was a very long and grilling and well told story of a match. Right, so I am going to get another drink. I'm going to move the couch and whatnot. I'm going to put the waiting screen on, and when I come back, we will start the movie soon. So that is the plan. So I will see you guys in a few minutes. If you want to prep your Amazon Primes, Manhattan Baby from 1982. We're going to be doing that soon. I will stay seated forward for a minute until we're ready to rock and roll. Firefly's all curious. I hear you. The physicality of Walter. Hope he'll be showing up in NXT and USA. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much I want to commit to watching that stuff. I don't like. I only have so much time a week, and I'm really into AEW right now. I'm looking forward to their weekly show. Um, that said, I mean, if NXT on USA is good, then maybe I'll try fitting that in as well. Assuming that it's not McMahonized or whatever. Although apparently there's rumors that all the takeovers, because they're not doing a takeover at the Royal Rumble next year. The rumor is that the reason for that is because they're going to now have them whenever AEW have a pay per view, which is very cheeky. Obviously not illegal or anything, but very, very sly and slimy. And I'm having a can of Pepsi Max, which I don't have very often these days, but I'm doing so because I've only got a few bottles of water left and I want to have some in the morning. So I am cheating for one drink. For one drink indeed. I never have the whole thing. Oops. I especially may not have the whole thing if I end up spelling half of it. One second. That's how Vince operates. No one should be surprised. Yeah, nah, that's true. That's true. I know which one I'm more likely to support based on WWE's shady dealings, but it just kind of further cements them as the heel company and all this. But hey. And that's probably tilted a little bit. Maybe? Yeah. So yes, Manhattan Baby is the movie we're going to watch. It's on Amazon Prime US. It's apparently also on YouTube. Worth mentioning that there's a possibility that the YouTube version might not start with the same logos or something like that. So be prepared for the sync to be slightly different on there if you have to sort of resync it with what I'm saying based on what's happening on screen or whatever. Huh. What is Prime recommending me down here? Mario Bava's Shocks on Prime. Oh my. Dario Argento's Trauma. Lucio Fulci's Voices from Beyond. Oh yeah. The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock. Oh my. Oh my indeed. Are we ready for Manhattan Baby? Let me know when you guys are all ready. You want it paused at 0? I'm gonna get it ready for myself. Oh, there's like no logos apparently. All right. Paused at 0. Da 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 da. Cindy's ready. Where's that Tyler? Has Tyler run away somewhere? Shelling's ready. Hope you enjoy your movie. I'll chat with you guys next time. No worries, William. Thanks for dropping by. Okay. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright. Well, I don't know what's distracted Tyler. He'll just have to catch up if he's not around. But I wonder if he's eating or something. Maybe he's got like his hands full of pizza and he can't type. And he's like, no, I'm ready. Alright. Pause at 0. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1 and press play. You should hit play when I say play, and you guys can be in sync with me. Now, one thing I'll mention before we start as well is that it's best for people to try and be in sync with me because everyone's delay on the stream is slightly different. So because of that, you guys are lately never going to be exactly in sync with each other. But if you have me as a sort of, you know, a ground level kind of thing to be in sync with, should keep you all right. So anyway, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. And off we go. We're in Egypt, apparently. There's Egyptian music. Is this the quality I'm stuck with, or is it going to turn to HD? Maybe not. There's a Blu-ray of this, damn it. Why isn't it? All right. Yeah, looks like we're stuck with SD on this. Well, it's just taking me a long time to buffer up to 1080. It's in widescreen at least, though. Alright. Yep, I suspect this is indeed in Egypt. The pyramids and the Sphinx kind of give it away a little bit. Okay, why is this girl looking so creepy? Okay, this movie's already a 10 out of 10. What? Brendan Fraser ain't got nothing on this shit. We're going to die, mommy. We're going to die. Do 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 do. I wonder what came first, the permission to shoot in Egypt or the script? Like, did they just write a movie around the fact that they knew they could shoot here? I'm willing to believe that's the case. Maybe it's the Nikon money that's paying for it. That's the second close up I've had of that Nikon camera. Why do you say that already, Renegade? We've not seen enough for you to assume this is bad. This might be a hidden masterpiece for all we know. Take my hand. Give it to me! It's a stern handshake. More movies should be shot in deserts. Yeah, it's a pretty good location. That was very ominous. Chiseled by some sort of Riddler. There was a god of the bat that was trying to solve it. We shall figure it out with our modern technology. Oh, all these eye close-ups are great. This is a very intense movie so far. We just ended that conversation with like these extreme close-ups. Okay. Let me get out my 3D glasses here and get a proper look at this. It's the swirly of poop. Here he holds the sacred poop. The poop of the Pharaoh, which will open the door to the toilet of the god. I know it's a snake, Renegade. Come on. Humor. Humor is a thing. And so and behold, the Pharaoh's legendary secret toilet. That's why there's a poop in the door. It's a living poop. That's all snakes really are. Oh, look at this snake. Get a headshot. Sad part is that this movie being a foreign movie from the 80s means that that might have been a real snake that just got killed. I do hate snakes though, so I'm not that heartbroken about it, but in a broad sense, it's problematic. Oh, sorry, Firefly. He went over to the other side of the couch. And what do we have behind door number 2? Just an incredible amount of snakes. I actually meant to say incredible amounts of sperm there, but for some reason... Oh, that was a fun death. The helper dude just got skewered. How many of this movie so far? I don't know what the complaints are about so far. Look into my eye. Oh, I love it. On a scale of 1 to 10 so far, I'd rate this better than House. Don't worry, she was just having a business handshake with a creepy old woman. With Undertaker eyes. Oh, Susie Pooh. Susie, do you copy? Turn around. Tell me what you see. Of course, your House, Renegade. It's only funny if I'm making fun of your favourite movie. It's the answer to our never-ending story. La 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 la. Oh, that was a sting. So both the dad and the daughter have received something that might be the reason for everything happening. If anything, the stuff the daughter got might actually be a good thing. That may be like a spirit protecting her and giving her like a medallion to fight the evil that the dad's just unleashed. That would be my guess at this juncture. I have seen House. I've seen House 1, 2, and 3. It's been a long time though, I barely remember them. But I have seen them. Oh, he's blind. At a year? Why put the glasses on? Well, I guess with the sunglasses it's to help with the bright lights, but still. Whoa, she's a giant. Lousy lesbian. That was a great insult. Screw her too. Also, Jamie Lee, inspired by Jamie Lee Curtis, perhaps? It's a thought. Maybe we should take up piano. Stevie Wonder can do it. Why not him too? Smack him. Are you ahead of me, Cindy? Oh, no, you're probably talking about the little boy. I'm on the husband who's being smackable. That's like normal movie logic though, right? Yeah, just rip open your sister's shirt. I mean, that's normal. What a sting. Oh, we seen someone get up in the tomb? No, we're just cutting there for a second. I love the sting that plays every single time we see this necklace. Well, it's actually a pendant. Reminding me of The Exorcist. I guess I can kind of see that. The babysitter's definitely speaking a different language, but it's dubbed in English. But you can tell the little girl is speaking in English, but she's still dubbed over. Whoa! Well, hope we don't have epilepsy, folks. Jeez. Oh, hey, Bob. Whoa, eyes. 20 minutes and 59 seconds. 2103, 2104, 2105, 2106, 2107. Hopefully that helps. I have never seen lightning so like quick as this in my life. This is so frequent. Why is that so weird, Renegade? Because they're a boy and a girl? Ah, it's a storm to end all storms. Although it does raise an interesting question. If she's like 24 and these are her kids, what age was she when she got pregnant with the first one? It happens, Renegade. Up until a certain age, anyway. I feel like at this age it's okay. Once like one of them starts hitting puberty, though, that's when you probably want to make sure they get their own rooms. Because that's when they'll need privacy. Look into the eyes. Susie, do you copy? Who's up five now? This is a nice long establishing shot of the street. The levels on that tape machine weren't matching his voice. Because he's not supposed to see any bright lights, Renegade, so I guess it's to help, even though he's got the bandages on. That is my assumption. Because the bandages might not completely block everything. Whoa, frozen eyes. Klaatu, Farada, Necto. Now 2642, Bob. 2642. Oh man, more eye close ups. I love it. Oh, what is this scene? The door's glowing. Tommy! Has he been taken? 2727, Bob. 2727. I'm coming, Susie. I know I'm blind, but I'm coming. Tommy was taken by the magical door. Oh, he's getting serious. Call Susan. Daddy, help me. He can't see it right now, you little shit. Whoa, more laser beams. There goes his eyes. Your version's in Spanish? Oh dear, Renegade. Did you check for English subtitles at least? Oh, his eyesight's coming back. I guess the kids are okay then. You cue the sting when this drawer opens. Not as much as I was expecting. Which is strange given there's a giant goddamn scorpion in there. Jamie Lee, I think we should play, huh? Why does this kid sound like he's in the mafia? Close-ups of eyes of the sperm of this movie. Just an incredible amount of close-ups. Just an incredible amount. Oh, is this guy in City of the Living Dead? It's been a while since I've seen it, but he seems familiar enough. Pardon me. Oh yeah, the kids get like this thick mafia style accent. I'm just checking to see what I'm doing for streams this week, just in case there's going to be another movie watching stream later this week. Possibly. Possibly. Susie, do you copy? Dun, 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 dun. Very upbeat music for the snake, to be honest. Garrus, what are you doing? I can't remember the number for pest control. Oh, yeah, oh, yes. This scene is really elevating this film. Whoa! Just a mess. This kid's voice is great. Ugh. Must get out of elevator. Ugh. Yeah, this guy's not long for this world. I've got a feeling. Are all the deaths in this movie going to be like falling to your death? Because that's the second one, I think. Because there was the spikes one earlier on. Was it? Who is this practical Joker dude? Why has he always got props on? He's the Tim of the movie. Hey, Suburban Decay. Oh, he's about to do something weird. Alright, I get it. You can rhyme a lot of things with Hocus Pocus. Now that's a magic trick. What am I sick with? Oh, it's just a cold. Or the flu. I'm feeling a bit better. I'm not 100% yet though. My voice is still raspy and I've got a cough still. But thank you. This movie's great so far. Uh, I don't know what Lucio Fulci looks like. I don't think that's him. Ooh, mysterious sand in the bedroom. Alright, close up. Oh dear. Scorpions. Why are they looking up? Surely the scorpions are on the floor. So there's some weird perception things happening here. Because people keep going back to normal as if nothing's happened. Like, is no one going to acknowledge the guy who went up to the door and disappeared? Oh, there we are. Okay. Oh, is he? Is he in Egypt? Did he teleport to the tomb? Excellent. Death number 3. It looks like sand, honey. That just makes no sense. Somehow they were pulling off like a dual pull focus on close-ups of the eyes there. That was really impressive. Whoa, weird long fingers. The perspective thing, but weird. Oh, some saxophone. Just what this movie need. Ah, you love that, don't you, Firefly? Do you dig Jarmusch movies? He just watched Dead Don't Die the other night. I enjoyed it. It was a strange one, even for Jim Jarmusch. Um, I've only seen two of his films. I really like Broken Flowers. I thought Mystery Train, if I remember the right title right, was just okay. Um, Dead Don't Die. We will be doing some point for Screams, but I did like Broken Flowers a lot with Bill Murray. I want to see you too, okay? I'm Tommy. I'm 8 years old. I swear. I'm 8 years old. Bada bing, bada boom. We can go to the store, get some more film. I'll make the guy at the desk at the offer you can't refuse. Mamma mia. We're going to watch this Polaroid develop from the start. This is your best impression yet, Pete. I didn't realize I could do a mafia voice, but Broken Flowers is such a sad movie. There was, yeah. It's been a while since I watched it, but I really liked it when I did. Who's this bitch? Some random old woman just picked up the phone. What's going on? What's happening? I have a question. If someone is sick, can they be passed out for a couple of days? Uh, sure. I mean, yeah, if you're sick enough, sure. It's not healthy though. You definitely want to see a doctor if you're passing out for days at a time. I wouldn't be able to move on from talking about Jim Jarmusch without highly recommending one of my favorite films ever, Down by Law. I'm not super familiar with that one. I've wanted to see Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai for a long time. He's got a few movies here or there that have looked interesting to me. Just take it to Tommy. He'll take care of it. He'll have him whacked. Be sleeping with the fishies. Oh, it's gonna be the creepy old woman, isn't it? As who is she? I'm a stranger who's dropping you a note about your children randomly in the street. This is not concerning at all. I have photos. I have evidence that your son is actually a made man, if you know what I mean. She's very casual about this, despite the fact that what just happened to her is very, very, very weird. Just kind of saunters over to her car and doesn't even open the envelope. Which surely you would do before driving off. Antiques? Not the antiques! What's a firefly? You're here, you're over there, you're here, you're over there. Oh, now we're getting mouth close-ups. Oh, up to an eye close-up. Beautiful. Sounds like Tommy. I should have got Pringles today. I wish I had Pringles. RIP television for the multiverse. Titan should have died with it. It's still garbage. Yeah, I've not watched it yet. I don't know if I want to. I was just debating earlier about doing something on my own for the other shows when they come back, but oh, so much effort. Wait, what? What just happened? Who was he talking to? He in the whole thing? I feel like a big plot thing just happened and I kind of was half paying attention. Do 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 do. It was the toys all along. Everything about it makes me cringe. Like, why are these kids using the F word every other word as they speak? Try to be edgy. Look at us, we're a mature show because we have swearing. It was the old lady he was talking to? Okay, interesting. Askers, go ahead. Look at that look at her face. She's sleeping with the fishies. What are we watching? We are watching a movie called Manhattan Baby, which is directed by Lucio Fulci, and it's on Amazon Prime. We're quite far in it though. I don't mind talking about other stuff though as well, so feel free to keep the questions coming. But Jamie Lee, I must have. Was that Firefly? Ah, yes, this is one of my beta nodes. Lucio Fulci directed the shit out of this movie. She did Screams After Midnight on Watcher in the Woods, 1980. I'm not familiar with it. I think I've heard the title before. Is this POV from the snake? I love it. One day, my son, Rupert Giles, will be the Watcher on the hit television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, you got snaked in the face. Oh, we're getting a retreating snake POV. I love it. It was getting too close. Don't believe his lies. The photo's fading away. Mamma mia, Susie. Some of us are trying to sleep in here. The Firefly. Dun, dun, dun. I think he did. Tyler's been gone since before we started the movie. Real nice souvenir. Leave me alone. Capiche? Well, Susie ain't looking too hot. Starting to get some of that Exorcist style puke around her lips. Can you please help us? Our son thinks he's in Goodfellas. Garrus! Oh. To join me, Garrus? Oh. Then pause it for a minute, Bob. Oh, we're back to back. Oh, 3 close-up eye shots. 4! 4 in a row. We did the full circle of characters. I love it. Garrus. Garrus has decided to commandeer my chest. Well, let's move it in with an eye closer. Oh, it just zoomed into one. Oh, cut to another one. That was great. It zoomed into one close up of the eyes and then cut to another and then came out of that eye shot to a wider shot. That was a thing of beauty. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the Egyptian devil behind blue eye. No one knows what it's like to be a demon, to be feared behind blue eye. Mama, Papa, I needed some help, capiche? Oh, what's this POV shot? Looks like PT almost, going down the stairs. What? What, Renegade? Well, what? Your brother's just moving to another location, Garrus. No need to be upset. Oh, behind blue eye. I can get funny on the odd occasion. What are you buying, stranger? I got sand at a high price. Ha 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 ha. Thank you. Don't do an intense close up of an old man saying, "Leave me alone with her." The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Tommy, help the shaman exorcise your sister. Mamma mia. The power of Christ compels you. Pardon me. We're powerless. Maybe it's time for us to call upon our son's connections. Bring the full force of the mafia onto this case. It's not worth it, honey. We'll owe them for our whole lives. But our children will be safe. What are the police going to do? That was a really fast running sound effect. Oh dear. Oh dear. The exorcism didn't go well then. I'm just going to stand here and watch as you violently die in front of me. Oh, not die. Okay, he's still alive. It's going to make her do unspeakable things, unthinkable things. Like watch all the Police Academy movies every day of the week. Things that your mind can only just begin to fathom. I think the idea is that it's the girl's voice coming through him. Eye close-ups for everyone. Whoa. Susan is dying. We have to go to Egypt. Save her. Susan is dying. Her brother's in the mafia. But that's not enough to save Susie. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I have nothing to add. Do 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 do. It's a very interesting heartbeat. This nurse and doctors are definitely dead, right? Like, they don't have a chance in hell. $14 minutes left. They're gonna have to pull some epic shit here in the last 14 minutes to make this all tie together. What? What? What's Tommy saying now? Punish me? Whoa, extreme lighting eye close up. Back to the kid. What else is a close up of? A tampon? And now a time lapse sequence of a tampon being used. I kid, I kid. I apologize for the crude humor. Something's bleeding though. On the wall. Weird. Tommy is the devil. You love it, Renegade. Don't lie. Mysterious music. Whoa, there's a snake in there. That's not in the least bit concerned. Oh. Oh, is like an actual monster, the villain, coming out the wall? So much blue and red. Anaconda reversed. Oh, that was Jamie Lee coming out the wall? Oh my. Our mouth close up. Not been as many as the eyes, obviously, but there's been a decent amount of them. Whoa! Her heart is racing. I want to suck my blood. I swear I'm not a vampire. And you're okay with being tied to this weird power? Couldn't they have done that when it was the girl that was still attached to it? I guess the X-ray is a live feed. Weird. I'm just a simple man with my birds and my tusk and my elephant's foot. Maybe this guy's about to have the Manhattan baby right before it ends. I guess the X-ray thing is just supernatural. But you're right, the X-rays don't work that way. Oh, one of the bird is moving. Oh, I love that scream sound effect. Oh, let's go for his eyes. Oh, this is great. What an ending. Oh, yes. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I saw a string one of the birds there. This is the most brutal bird attack I've ever seen in a movie. Oh, yes. You would take my eyes with stuffed birds, but you will not take my immortal soul. He's trying to rip them apart at least. Birdemic ain't got shit on this. Oh, this is so brutal. I love it. Oh, right in the neck. It's actually ripping out chunks of his neck. Oh. Yeah, it's not the goriest Filchi's been, but I ain't complaining. A little bit of sax to wrap us up, I guess. So what's the bet and it's actually transferred to Tommy? Credits time? Yeah, we're seeing Egypt, okay. The next person's getting it. It just goes back to the owner anyway. Oh, ended on close up eyes. Are we doing it? Oh, second close up. That we're pulling out, we're pulling out. We may end up, yeah, we're ending on a close up of the eye. Ah well. Alicia Filchi was in the movie. Maybe he was the jokes that did. Super boring, you kidding me? That was a delightful little movie. Delightful. In a weird kind of way. Dun. There we go. That is Manhattan Baby. Another movie in the can. So, Tommy was the worst. No, Tommy was the best, I think you'll find. He was the best character in the movie. Do 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 do. That was better than Deep Star 6. I'm saying it. Also, the alternate title, for the record, if you're confused with Manhattan Baby, the alternate title is Eye of the Evil Dead, which makes more sense, admittedly. And the poster of that song is actually pretty cool. Do 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 do. There's a mild temptation to do another movie, but I think I'm going to be smart and say I won't. But I do have options for next time, all of which are on Prime. And not all horror and sci-fi movies. I've got some other stuff. That could be fun. Could be terrible. The poster on Prime makes it look like a little girl attacks Manhattan with a snake. That could have been interesting too. Yeah, we're wrapping up the stream now. So thank you for joining me, guys. It has been a pleasure, as per usual. And I will see you guys. Pick a good one. I make no promises. Sometimes I want to cross off some bad movies, alright? Especially if I'm sitting Mystery Science Theater joking my way through it. I want to pick like a great movie for that. Unless it's one I've already seen. Because next time we do this, it might not be some of the Prime picks. It might be movies I need to watch for Screams. Which would be Hellraiser 3 and the original Carrie. So if you don't have those, and they're not on services, I've not checked, then you know to maybe have them in case. Because I might want to watch those on stream before Sunday. I might not. But it's a possibility. But that's me, so thank you very much, guys. And I will see you next time. It's been a pleasure. Goodbye.